Yeah, it's okay. I can.
Ooh. Hello, everyone. Hi, Sam. I see you dancing. You must be very happy. Hi, Laura.
Evening.
Hi, Laura. Hi,
How are
Nick.
you doing? How are you doing? Hello, everyone. I see some people already joined here. We have Robbie.
Yes.
Hey, Robbie. We have Alison. Hi, Alison. Oh my God, Monica, so long. We have Sylvia, so many people. Sarah, hey Sarah. Oh my God, we have Joao. Hey Joe. Oh, Sabrina is joined also. How are you doing?
Doing very well. Now I want to read back the comments on Instagram because usually I can't see who says something or so. It's nice to play it back.
Yes, I'm gonna be reading for you as usual. While I'm
Yes.
sweeping the floor here in the backstage, as always for you. So
Such a good backstage.
Yeah. Today, actually, I'm very excited because. Hey, go ahead, Laura.
I was just going to say thank you for me. I'm streaming on Salon Promotions. Obviously, thank you. We've got any of our customers that are watching from Salon Promotions. Send your questions in for Sabrina, for Nicholas, for myself, and I'll
Hello,
feed
Salon
them
Promotions.
to.
Hey, team. Thank you for joining us. So today we're doing something really special. You know, Laura, when I was talking to Sabrina to see what we're gonna do today, she sent me a look, and I'm like, okay, that's very nice, very Sabrina style. It's a signature look, and she's like,
Signature look how I make my hair.
and she was like, do you really want me to do that? I'm like, yeah, why not? It's perfect. It's a beautiful look. And she's like, oh, I don't know if I remember how to do it because it was an experiment. So I'm really excited to talk about that.
It's gorgeous. It's stunning, the look. It's very Sabrina when I've seen it online. It's very,
thanks,
very
guys.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an exciting one to see how she's created this evening.
Yeah,
it's nice because we talked about this a few weeks ago, that sometimes it's nice to invite a model or someone you know with nice hair and just to play around with some braids or with some up styles. And me and Jasmine do that maybe once a month. She comes over and then I'm trying to make new stuff. And this look, what we're doing tonight, I was like, what am I doing today? I don't know. I'll put in some extensions, make some waves, and then we'll see. And then I started braiding, and then I was like, oh, now how do we go further? And I just created something, and I was like, oh, that looks nice. And when I texted Nick like yesterday, I hope I still remember what I did. So it will be fun evening, I think.
I'm sure you will.
This is
All right.
We always say this in any of the courses that we do, that they evolve from time to time. So, you know, it might be slight variation, but it'll still look amazing.
Yeah. Now I know what I've done. I remembered. So.
All right, let's start. Yay.
Yeah. So we have beautiful Jasmine today again with us, and I will just walk you through what I already did. So for the look for today, I've put in some extensions. And I've used these two. The Anyway texture spray from My Hair, My Canvas, 100% vegan formulated with the coconut sugar I just love this product on the roots because it gives some extra texture that I want, because for this look I don't need a lot of lift, but on the root areas I really want to have that nice texture. So this part I haven't touched with any product, so I can show you how we started and how it will look after the blow dry. So Jasmine washed her hair yesterday and slept on it, and I can't believe that her hair is better when she sleeps on it than mine, because I'm like a poodle when I come out of my bed when I sleep on wet hair. So don't do that.
Hair's better the next day.
Yeah, it's really bad. Okay, so what I've done is I've used the Anyway texture spray on the roots. I'm just going in.
Again, this is great actually seeing that you're applying this to the hair dry and using it as a prepping tool. Because people would automatically think that the only way, you know, texture spray is something that you apply to the hair maybe to create some waves, you know, that sort of boho beach afterwards. So it's great to see that you're using it in a different way today, and it can be used on the hair as a prepping tool.
I think it's very important that you can use it for a net, to use it to let your hair dry naturally. But for me, I use it in dry hair and blow dry it just to get that extra lift from the scalp. I just love this product. And I like to combine, so depending on how the hair comes out, because sometimes Jasmine's hair is a little bit straighter, so I can use different products. But now, because she slept on it, it's a little bit more textured. So we're getting the hero product from today, the Rapid Blowout Balm.
Amazing.
Yes. So
Rapid Blowout Balm, I love this product, especially on hair that's maybe a little bit more porous.
Yes.
What I always find with hair like Jasmine's is, with it being blonde, really porous, is that sometimes a volumizing product, especially through the ends where it is more porous, it can almost grip a bit too much. So applying something like that to the hair evens out the porosity, allowing the products to be even from roots to ends, and you get that glide with your brush then when you want that volume.
Yeah, it looks very, very shiny, and like all the products. So it's like every time we blow dry, we can see the shine. So, but it's nice to know the different type of products you will use on the hair. And because our hair is a little bit more dryish today, I will use this one because it's a little bit more nourishing. It has the Flex Strength Complex. It has the Pearl proteins. It has the vitamin A, C, and D, the biotin, the keratin. So again, it's a styling product, but very, very nourishing for the hair. You don't need a lot. So that's what I like about it also. I'm just using 2 pumps.
I think people forget that it contains the pearl proteins in it.
Yeah.
People forget about that. And when I think of a pearl, I think of smoothness, pearlescent, shine, iridescency, and it gives the hair all of the vitamins, all the nutrients, all of the goodness that it needs, and a bit of split to the hair which it needs. So yeah, I think we don't shout about that enough. I don't think, the fact that it does contain pearl protein.
Yeah, that's exactly the right words that describe the product. It's especially what you said with the Pearl proteins, the Flex Strength Complex, that's not in all the products. So it's amazing that these products give that little extra to the hair.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just rub it gently in the hair, and especially a little bit more on the ends, but you can still see that the hair is dry. So I'm not putting in so much that the hair will become wet. I just want it to be a little bit covered, but I don't want it to be wet, because I need to dry it with the blow dryer. And it also has a heat protection up to 232 degrees. So again, when you have these ends, you want them to be protected.
You can see already how much shine that's added on those ends. It looks more hydrated.
Yeah, already, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going in with the blow dryer.
While Sabrina is blow drying, we've got some of our customers on. We've got some of our education team watching, Lindsay.
Hey, Lindsay.
We've also got Veronica on, Veronica Dobson, who said hi. Veronica has joined every single education session that we've done. So,
oh, really?
Veronica said hi, Sabrina.
Hi, how are you doing? So much smoother already.
You can see the importance with that, just letting you see how Sabrina was blow drying that section of hair. Even though she wants the volume on it and the bite, it's instantly smoother, ready for the prep, which she's going to do now. But that looks so much shiny already.
Yeah, it's like the ends are looking like so much healthier. And it's just because it's not that Jasmine's hair is like not healthy, but because of the highlights, and of course, because when you sleep on it with wet hair, it looks a little bit more textured. So I just love when the products do their job so well.
Definitely. And I think at this time of year as well, Sabrina, you know, with winter coming, hair becomes more
so dry.
You know, and I think customers forget this, that, you know, I relate it to skin at this time of year. Our skin becomes much more dehydrated, sore and chapped. So we have to put the moisture back into our skin, and our hair is exactly the same.
Yes.
So hair becomes dehydrated, needs a little bit of TLC. So having the products from the Caviar range that contains all of these proteins, all of these vitamins, it's giving your hair that TLC ready for winter.
And I think it's nice. I had a client today in the salon, and we talked about the Caviar products, and especially about the enzyme therapy, because I think our bodies have natural enzymes, but as we grow older, we lose the enzymes. And that's what's amazing about all the Caviar products, is that they have the enzyme therapy, so they fill up the gaps where the enzyme is needed, and also in the styling products. So yeah.
For anyone that doesn't know, anyone that's new to Alterna or Caviar or is not sure what the enzyme therapy is, this was one of the things that I was blown away with from Alterna, is actually I call the enzyme therapy a product with a brain, because how the enzyme therapy works, as Sabrina's just said, is that all of the goodness that's within the range knows what it needs to do. Knows where it needs to go instantly. So if elements of hair are dry on the ends, it's going to put the moisture to the ends where it's needed and not overload everywhere else. So I do actually say, when I'm teaching Alterna, is that the enzyme therapy, it's its brain. It's a product that actually is so clever, it knows where it needs to go. And that's one of the things that makes Caviar so unique.
Yeah. It's really, really nice. But we tell that like every week. So this week we're doing a little giveaway. So for the people who don't know Alterna, they can try the products. And I think you will be very happy. So we will pick, we are giving away 3 sets of a rapid blowout balm and a perfect texture spray.
Amazing. You're just prepping now, Sabrina, so you've smoothed, that's the prep that you did beforehand with the 2 products. So now you're just curling with the Hot Tools curl.
25.
Yeah, 25 mil curl bar.
Yes.
Just get the bend on the hair to get
exactly.
ready for braiding. Yeah.
So it's just to give it a little bit of bend, because we're going to braid it anyway. But especially on the bottom part, we need to have a little bit of curls there. So just going in.
So you've let that cool, the curl will set.
Yes. So I think we've curled these half an hour ago.
Yeah.
So these have been in a little bit longer. So when I'm doing the boho looks, I love to use extensions. I think when you could put in some extra length, just makes the look a little bit more special. So I just put in 50 centimeter latte color of Sasha hair.
Sabrina, with your extensions, do you work with clip-ins? Do you glue it in for maybe a shoot, an event, something that can come out quite easily?
So I only use clip-ins.
Yeah.
I like to use easy products, or and it's so easy to put in, and these colors are amazing because they blend in the hair. So I've put in 4 rows, and it's just 4 clips. You back comb the hair. I will show you with the braids that are coming, and then you just clip in. Make sure that they are nice and tight to the scalp, because you don't want to have loops in the hair.
Amazing. Because yeah, it makes sense really. If you think about when you start braiding, it can almost make the hair go a little bit shorter as well.
Yes,
So adding that extra length, you know, by the time you braid it, it's going to keep the hair nice and long, which everybody wants.
Okay, so I'm just going to brush it out, just to make it a little bit softer. Thank you, Jazz.
So many people are frightened at this stage as well, Sabrina.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Sometimes when I take my brush and I just go through the hair and they're like, I'm like, no, it's okay.
Yeah, you see people when we do all that time curling and then they go to brush it and it's almost like, no, I can't do that. But I think that's where what Sabrina's already shown you is key. You know, the prep, lots of heat, letting it heat up, but the cooling down element as well. And I think if you prep the hair properly with the correct products, you let the curls cool down and set, it will hold the shape. And that's where your confidence can come in with the combing and brushing out after.
Yeah, I think I think nobody likes the hard curls. So we want the softness in the hair. And that's what I love about when you're using the products, that it's still very soft to the hair. And I will just show you when I put my brush to it, that it still bounces back and it's very light.
It looks gorgeous like that, Sabrina. You could leave a hair like that for me. I think it's just ready. She's ready to go out already.
She's ready to go out, to go crone out. So sad.
I have a question for you girls.
Yes. Yes.
There is Dant. She's asking, how do we decide what kind of prep you need in advance?
That's a good question.
I guess you don't decide in advance before you see the type of hair, right, that you need. But
yeah, and when you see the type of hair, it depends on who's the client. Is the client going to be a bride, and what type of hair does she want? Does she want to have it up? When she wants to have it up, I don't need to have tons of curls. But when you want to wave, you need to use a different curling iron. So it all depends on what the client wants or what you want to make. So if I'm only making up styles, I'm not going to do beach waves. I just need volume because everything will be up anyway, so you're not going to see that. But for now, because we're using the braids and some loose hair is coming through, I want to have some waves underneath. So I'm using a different iron than I normally use when I use volume. I didn't put in any volume. These were diagonal. So, but still, because of the blow dry and the Anyway texture spray, you can get some texture, some lift at the scalp without even backcombing.
Great.
I think from a product perspective as well, Nicholas, I think it depends on the hair texture as well and the condition. Like Sabrina said, really, because we're dealing with hair that's blonde, so we need to give it the volume, but also a bit of a repair element at the same time. You know, for hair that is not as in good condition, it might not hold a curl at all. So that will then change what products I would use to hair that's maybe really straight. So yeah, you have to, when you have got a client booked in for a consultation and you're talking about, you know, a hair up, a wave, something for an event, you need to find out what they're wearing, definitely the event that they're going to, but also take the hair condition and texture into consideration to decide what you're going to use.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope that answered your question. We have another question from Jess. She's asking,
hi Jess,
when would you recommend a client washing a hair?
Okay, that's a good question, because I think from a hairdresser perspective, maybe they would like to have it on the day of the wedding or on the day of the client having its event. For me, it's always the day before. Unless they have like really fine hair and they wash their hair every day, I would rather have them washing it the day before, because when you sleep on the hair, you already get a little bit more of a texture in the hair itself, which helps the product to create even more texture for your updo or your braids or your curls. And normally when you wash it, for me, it takes a little bit more product and a little bit more blow dry to get the same result. So for me, it's easier to do it like that. So depending on, of course, what you want. But for me, I always let them wash the day before.
And then I have Berade here saying also, I missed the beginning. I was expecting to take notes for the giveaway.
It will be on Instagram TV, so you can watch it back for sure.
And then we have a question. How do I fix a static hair? Oh, I think she means static hair.
Yeah.
It's because of my... I don't understand the question. How do I fix a static hair? Is it because of my dirty combs? I don't think you have dirty combs. I don't know what she's asking. Static on the hair?
I don't think. I think it's weather related also. When your hair becomes really static sometimes. I sometimes have it. I just spray some hairspray on my comb and I go through the hair and then it's gone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or some dry oil will also work.
Oh yeah, she says when you have static on the hair, basically,
Yeah.
Moisture is definitely, it's usually when the hair is lacking in moisture that it becomes static, and that's where the moisture range from Caviar, I work with the sprays that you leave in, like what Sabrina's used today, the rapid blowout balm, anything that you can add moisture to the hair will reduce static.
Yeah. Okay, guys, so who hasn't seen this one before? Best friend. So, clip-in extension. It has one clip and it has a lot of hair. So these are very good to use for braids or ponytails, and you only have to hide one clip. So I'm very proud that Sasha made these clips because I asked her to, and now I use them so much. So I'm going to use 3 clips because we're going to make 3 braids. So this will be on the back, and I'm just going to back comb this section like a little bit. And then I'm going in with the sheer dry shampoo.
Your back combing is going to form like a structure for the clip.
Yes, to hold the clip. And the clip has anti-slip, so it should not fall out. But I always want to use back combing just to be sure that when you're braiding or you're pulling or when you're brushing, that it stays in. So going on the back combing, just going in and clipping it close. And then the hair comes over.
It's good. Like magic.
So this will be our first braid. So what I love about these pieces that they can help you, because when you're braiding, and I would not put this one in, and you braid away all this hair, it leaves almost like a little bit of hair on the bottom. And we want it to be a little bit thicker for the ponytail that comes out. So these clip-in braids make your life easier and make the look more stunning, I think. So we're making a reverse fishtail, so splitting it into 2.
This is your first ponytail, Sabrina?
Yes, this is the first. So this is how I started when we were playing around. I was like, let's put in 1, and I made a braid, and then I was like, let's put in here 1, and then I was like, yeah, I have 2 on one side, I need to have 1 more. And then I'm like, I'm having 3 braids, what am I doing with them? So I think it's just lovely to play around with them. So going reverse.
Reverse fishtail, rather than taking the section over, we're coming under.
Yes, going under. Going under, and I'm adding a few times.
I always tell this story as well. Sabrina taught me how to do a fishtail. I could not get my fingers to work. I was all fingers and thumbs. Beforehand, it was like watching cavemen trying to make fire. And then Sabrina just walked over, and get your fingers like this, turn your wrist like that. And it was like it just happened from nowhere. So I say Sabrina's the reason I can now do fishtail braid.
And it's so nice to do. So, okay, I'm continuing, not adding any more. And I want the braids to end organic. So I'm going to slide down with my fingers. Going down, and I make sure that it knots itself.
again, this was an amazing thing. I'd heard the terminology from Sabrina and all the staff saying organic braid, organic braid. I thought it was a terminology of a look. And actually, when I saw this for the first time, it was amazing, because what Sabrina's doing there, you can see, is that she's not pulling her fingers through and unknotting the hair and separating it. She's actually creating a bobble at the end. And it's fantastic.
So here's it knotted, and then you can see that it mirrors the braid on top. So when you pull it, it's very strong. And when I pull it through, it needs no elastic because it holds itself. Okay, and then we'll do exactly the same thing on the side.
Angela here from Beyond the Ponytail saying,
hey Angela, so nice to join us.
She's saying you're the best.
Ah, you too.
No judgment from my side.
Angela just launched her whole new website, Beyond the Ponytail 2.0, and it's amazing. So everybody who hasn't gone to that website or doesn't know Beyond the Ponytail should head there now, very fast.
In an hour.
In an hour after we're done.
Not right now.
Not right now. Okay, so this will be ponytail number 2. So this is just how I started playing around with it a few weeks ago. I'm doing exactly the same.
You can start to see the look already forming, and actually you could already take this, Sabrina, in a few different directions. You can see that you could even, if they're going to a festival or something, you could leave the braids down with the hair curly underneath.
Yep.
It's so much you can do with that. So the versatility of it is fantastic.
I don't know any looks anymore without braids, except for more the classic types.
But even brides now, even when, you know, like say thinking classic, like a chignon or something like that, but even we've seen a shift in bridal hair, even brides braiding, you know, they want things softer.
Yeah, they all want the undone bridal, bridal braid. Okay, we have a new word, bridal.
The bridal braid.
The bridal braid, the bridal.
So you started a trend now, Sabrina, the bridal.
Yeah, we should use a new hashtag, bridal. Hashtag bridal. I'm going to use it. Okay, and the last one. Backcombing using the sheer dry shampoo. Thank you, Jazz. Clipping this in.
So for anyone that's on that maybe hasn't worked with a dry shampoo before, you'll see that Sabrina loves working with dry shampoo and texture sprays. Now, one of the questions that we get a lot is, why would you work with a dry shampoo or a texture spray versus a hairspray? And I think I heard Sabrina explain it perfectly once. That hairspray can, you know, especially spray too close or too much, can make the hair too stiff, but it can sometimes make the hair quite wet as well. Whereas dry shampoos are a cross between a shampoo and a hairspray. It removes all the oils out of the hair, so it keeps the hair dry. But
that's the best reason. Yep.
Yeah. So that's, for anyone that's not sure and thinks, right, why is she using a dry shampoo rather than a hairspray? Because that's what I'd go for. That's the reason why, you know, we definitely recommend using one of the dry shampoos or texture sprays that we've got.
Yep.
And we have a question, I guess they didn't hear. We have, how are you securing the braid at the ends? Haha.
I'm going to show you again. It's good that we have 3 today.
Yeah, it's good that you have a lot so that you can show it again.
Okay, so we're going down to the end. And normally when you want to secure the braid, you would go through the ends like with your fingers and clean them up, right? And then use an elastic on the bottom. So we're not going to do that. We're leaving the ends tangled. So we're going through with our fingers, but not all the way. So when we're braiding, I'm going through with a fishtail, I'm going down with my fingers, but not all the way through. So for this braid to work, it needs to be textured. If it's too sleek, it goes loose. So it needs to have a little bit texture spray, a little bit powder, or a good blow dry with that is textured enough to do this.
Yeah, you have to fight the urge not to tidy the ends up.
Yeah.
It takes a few goes. You automatically want to run your fingers through, tidy it up.
Yeah, you want to clean it up.
Yeah, you want to clean it up. But once you've started to do it and you've seen actually how secure it makes the hair, you very quickly get into it.
But you can already see that you have a fishtail here, and now it's already starting to fishtail on the bottom. So then you know that you're on the good way. Just continuing. And I think organic braids are the best friends with boho.
Yeah.
So we're in the end now. I don't want it to be too tight. Maybe one more, because we need to pull them out. So I can really pull. You can see my fingers getting red. Mm. So it's very secure. So you don't have to be afraid that it will come out. I'm pulling it through. It doesn't matter if it goes this way or the other way. I'm just always pulling it back because that's what I always do. And then it's secure. So now we have the 3 braids like this. Okay, now we're going to the best part. Perfect texture spray.
Greatest favorites.
Woohoo, it's back. And we're giving it away. So we're giving away 3 sets of perfect texture spray and rapid blowout balm. So, okay, so the perfect texture spray, who doesn't know it? You have to shake it because it's a mix of dry shampoo and hairspray. It has a really nice hold, but it has a really nice dry texture to it. You have to spray from afar. I never spray it like this. So I don't know why I tell this every time, but I like to spray it from underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just works for me when I just spray it up like this.
And we've started as well, Sabrina, the educators. We've started copying you. Yes, every time we work with the perfect texture or any dry shampoo now, we spray upwards. It's like, this is how Sabrina...
Yeah, it just makes no sense to do it like this or something. It's just, it's more organic when you can just talk and swirl your hands and just use like that. Okay, as long as you spray it from afar, it's fine.
So you started to pull out the braid a little bit, Sabrina,
yes.
to make it look...
Shall I turn her a little bit?
Amazing. This is where you can start, the extensions really work, because when you start to pull the braid out, that's when you start to lose the length.
Yes, exactly.
So, yes, having the extensions in compensates for that.
Yeah. And sometimes, and when you have someone who has like long hair, like we had Lila last week, you know, then you have a lot of length. So it's not always necessary, but it depends on the look, who is the model. And I just love that with Jasmine, because her own hair, her length is perfect for doing updos, but also for the boho hair, I want to have a little bit more length and thickness. I just put in a few extensions and it's great. So I'm just pulling random. I'm not being too picky where I pull it, because this needs to be very organic.
Again, this is a good thing with the way that you braided it, really. The you know, the organic braid on the end. It's not, you've not got an elastic band. Excuse me. To be fighting with, it's just pulling it out naturally through the hair.
Okay. So these I will cover up later. So I don't really mind that I see them now because I know that they will be gone in a minute.
Getting lots of love for this, Sabrina.
Oh, thanks, guys.
People loving this already.
I think this is the best part. Like when you do the braid and then you pull out, and then I just love that the feeling that comes out with the braiding, that boho feeling, that softness, that imperfection is just... Okay. So what I've done is when we were playing around with this, I was like, okay, I have 3 braids. What am I going to do? I'm going to braid them. No, I've done that before. What can I do different? And then I was thinking, oh, maybe when I put this one over here, because I want this one still to be very in the center. And then I have all this hair left. So I put some hair maybe over this one. And then over the other, like this.
Okay.
So you can still see them and you can still see the ends, but then you're kind of like creating a ponytail. I'm just going to clip this one a little bit to the top because I need this one later. So I'm just going with the rest of the hair a little bit over this braid.
So I have some questions here. Someone is asking if you're going to give a prep training, which I think is a good idea.
We could do that.
Yeah, we should be doing a prep training. Who is that? Capsalon Pardos.
Hi.
You know her probably. And she's greetings to Jasmine, so she must be
Groetjes van Capsalon Pardos.
And then I have another question here on the other channel. What do you do with the flyaways? And how do we cover those?
I love flyaways.
We love flyaways. So the answer to the question is you don't do anything.
Leave them. No, I think when you're doing like more clean styles, I would not want them in the hair, of course. But when you're making like real textured boho braids, I don't mind them that they're there. After I'm done, I will use a hairspray just to clean them up a little bit, but I'm not really, it doesn't have to be like perfectly sleek because the braids aren't like that also. So I'm not scared to have them a little bit in the picture, as the braids are already a little bit textured as they are now. So if you don't like the flyaways, or if you don't like the texture in the braids, you should make them a little bit cleaner, and then it just becomes a little bit different. Okay, so what I've done is I took a hole from the braid, the mid braid. So we've put the hair over the braids, and then I take the ponytail through the braid.
Wow.
So still leaving the braids on the side.
That's stunning.
So very quick and easy.
Really?
So, yeah.
So Sabrina, you were just a little bit jumpy then with the internet. Can you just explain again? So
Wait, I will do it again.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Ooh, beep, 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 beep. Okay, so a little recap. So we've done the 3 braids. The sides around the 2 other braids are going a little bit over. Is it okay now, Laura?
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah? Okay, perfect. So then you let down the middle one. and you look for the hole and you see how high you want it. So I'm going to put it over here, and I'm taking this part that I have in these fingers through this one.
Okay, so the braid almost becomes like a secondary bubble, like a
Exactly.
band or bubble or story.
Yeah. So the braids are still underneath, as you see on the picture, because I think that's really nice when it gives the boho feeling. And now you get that really soft and loose boho feeling. So for this, because you see the extensions a little bit, we could have backcombed it a little bit, but I don't want it to be like too high. I like to just pull it out a little bit and then put in like this tiny pin.
Yeah, like U-pins.
Yeah, a little U-pin, and I'm just putting it in the hair and just going in the extension just to cover it up.
Amazing.
So sometimes people are afraid that they will come out. So when you bend, I don't know if you can see this. Can you see this on the white wall? My cameraman, go to the white wall. So when you bend the pin like this and you put it in the hair, you make sure that when it wants to come out, it's hooked, so it won't come off. So for people who are scared that it might come out, just use it like this, and then you make sure that it never comes out again, even when she tries to. So going in, and you can see the hook over here. So when I'm pushing it down, I will make sure that it won't pop up. It won't come up.
Amazing. And it shows off the colour of the hair as well. It's the blondest parts, the way that everything, the colours blend beautifully with this as well.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not using my fingers to press it and then pull in the pin. I'm just using the pin and see how this falls, because I want to have the hair also on this side. And I'm just going in with the pin in the extension and just creating a little shape over here. And then just getting rid of anything that you don't want to see.
Yeah, so sort of hiding.
Yeah.
Sabrina, you have a lot of greetings from our Italian friends. We have
Oh,
Andrea,
Italians!
We have Veronica. Hi guys.
Hi guys, how are you doing?
Moreno. Hi Moreno. Ciao Moreno.
Hi Moreno.
We have all the wonderful people from Italy. So thank you guys for being
So
here.
nice.
Thank you.
Aw. I love Italy, and I love them guys. But they know.
I think they do, yes.
So because this is kind of soft and loose, I'm just going to use the larger U-pins over here. And I'm just going to, again, what I did on top, I'm just going to push with the pin, going in and pushing it down.
Secure any areas of hair and pulling it down and making it nice and soft.
So same on this side. So you can do anything. If you want to have it more tight, you can make it more tight. If you want to use an elastic band, because this was of course for a photo, so it's very nice, but maybe when she really goes out, I would secure it here with an elastic, so that you're sure that it stays in. But when you don't use an elastic, it looks a little bit softer. So for this, I like it when we do it like this. So
Amazing.
Going in with a pin. Okay.
And with that back as well, that hair, Sabrina, you could even add, you could make it bigger, add more.
Yeah.
Through
You
those
can even pull out the braids more.
Stunning.
So now I'm using the City Slay hairspray. Again, vegan formulated. Sorry, wrong way. And it has heat protection also. Twist cap to save the environment. And I'm just going to use it as a soft spray to finish the hair.
So this is a great tip now. You've done all your texture work, you've done your prep work. Now the hairspray is almost securing it and holding it in place.
Yes.
Yes.
I kind of only, because normally I use a hairspray before curling, but now we use the Anyway texture spray and the blood balm, and I didn't use any hairspray before curling, and you saw how it come out, right? It was soft, it was bouncy, so I only use now the hairspray just to finish off the look.
I honestly feel, Sabrina, that this is a look that can be done quite easily by people. If anyone's frightened of hair up or braiding, super simple, but so effective. So effective.
Okay, and there we have it.
Beautiful.
So I can stay on for another hour and pull the hair. I have to stop.
Yeah, that's the thing with Sabrina. She's always titivating and still pulling the braids out. And
Never finished.
yeah, she says, I have to stop now. I've got to stop.
Someone is asking about the elastic again. So we have used no elastic here.
So we have used no elastic.
Absolutely not.
So we only used 3 braids and a few pins, no elastics. But if this client would go out like for a wedding or a party, I would use the ponytail like we have here and put in an elastic before I pull it through. So because I want to have it a little bit softer, I didn't put in any elastic, so it looks more organic. But we made this look for the photo. So if you would use it for every day to go out, then I would definitely put an elastic in.
Yes.
But the braids won't go anywhere, so that's all secure. So you only need an anchor point over here for the ponytail.
It's beautiful, so beautiful. But again, it just shows the importance of the right products and the prep work, and it all just falls into place.
Then I have another question here.
A lot of questions tonight. That's good.
There's so many dimensions on your hair. What if you're styling someone with dark hair instead?
Don't do that.
And less different colors. Should you use extensions that are of another color? She's asking.
Yes, that's perfect. Because sometimes clients don't want to color their hair. I always try to get a balayage in there or maybe some highlights just to get some color difference. But if they don't want it, you can always use, when they have really dark hair, use a light brown as a kind of like a highlight in the hair when you braid with the extensions. That's perfect to use. So very good. For me, dark hair, that's why I use blonde hair more, because of the color dimension. And sometimes I have clients who have dark hair, and sometimes they need a different kind of braid that you see more, or like maybe one, because on dark hair, maybe the 3 you won't see. So you will make just one big one. So depending on how it looks when you're trying, I would, of course, see what looks best.
Yeah, I think we need to say that the color is fundamental to just show the, especially when you're doing like braids. I think the depth of the color does matter because it helps you. Like if you have a completely dark hair, like I don't know, even like 5 or something or 4, it will be really difficult to see the braid. So you need to add some kind of color that creates a little bit of a contrast, and then balayage or something like that does it. I think. What do you think, Laura?
I totally agree. So it's one of the things I said before about, the hair color. I said it's just, we saw previously the before color, but as soon as it became braided and she started pulling it out, different areas popped. The blonde looked lighter, the dark looked a bit deeper, and it gives those highs and lows in the dimension. And again, it creates the more different multi-tones you have, the thicker it looks as well. So it's that side of it as well for me.
I think also it's when a client comes with a certain hairstyle, it's your job, or it's your expertise to tell them, like, if you want this, it will look better to maybe have a balayage. And I honestly would not know anyone who doesn't want that. So
it can happen, but in general, I think you need to do something to showcase the styling work, and color is always fundamental. I have more questions here. We're not
come through. We're having Q&A.
So how do we keep the ponytail fluffy for a long time? It's a good question.
Perfect texture spray. It's your prep. It's key to how your hair will stay all day. And because we use the perfect texture spray in the braids, in the ponytail, the only thing that she has to do, or if you are with her on the day, or is that when she has her hair back, is just to pull up. You see, I'm not using any product now, and when I just use my fingers to rub it up a little bit, it's going to be fluffy again. So
re-energizes it, the curl.
Yeah.
When you do that, it kind of like re-energizes that texture.
Yeah, or maybe just have a small bottle with you in your bag.
Yeah.
Someone is asking, Limitless Hair Studio. He's asking to see Jasmine also
Hi.
from the front.
Yes, we will do a
gorgeous,
spin.
it's beautiful. Yeah, you're gonna do a spin.
I'm going to walk
And,
away so Jasmine can take off her cap, and then we
and
can
then
do a
Michelle
spin.
is asking where your pouch is coming from. So,
My what?
Your pouch. I presume she's talking about your tool.
Ah, the belt.
Yes. Your
Yeah.
pouch. She calls it a
Pouch.
pouch. Not couch, pouch.
Pouch. So it's from Pro Styling UK. It's from the UK, guys. I absolutely love it, and it's a leather belt, and it fits hairsprays, everything can fit in it. Because I'm like really bad with working on trolleys because everything falls off the trolley. Like you can say that, right?
We can tell that. Yes.
I need a table, and still it's too small. So when I have I put in the spray, I can put in the balm. It has a mechanism. No, I can put everything in it. So for me, I can walk to the other side and just work, and then this fits me better. So sometimes my colleagues laugh at me. They're like, "Oh, there she is with a belt again," but I love it.
Yeah, I think it's
the belt
convenient
from
to work with.
Pro Styling UK, and Pro Styling, they've got a website, but Salon Promotions, we are one of the distributors for Pro Styling UK as well. So you can get them.
But do you also? Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Laura.
So I think Sabrina is going to be calling you after we finish.
I need belts.
She needs a new one. I think.
Yeah.
Michelle is saying it's gorgeous. You're receiving a lot of love here on your
Thank
channel.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, same on Salon Promotions. People sending lots of love hearts. So yeah, you're getting lots of love from our end as well, Sabrina.
Thanks, guys. So sweet. It's just a pleasure to do this. And I think for the winners, shall we post them on the story after this? Is that a good?
Of course, you can post them on the story, and then we will repost them, of course. And,
yes, and then we will ask for your addresses, and then we will send you.
Fantastic.
The loves.
Great. So after you finish, you should send me a nice video and picture of our beautiful Jasmine.
I
so
will.
Now we can put it in the video. All right.
For sure.
Well, that was great. Thank you so much. I don't have any more questions for tonight, I think. Hello, we have a lot of greetings from Sweden, a lot of love, gorgeous hair, lots of laughing.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you very much.
We will let the winners, we will show the winners in the story in, I think, half an hour or something. So make sure to keep the stories in mind.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
Jasmine.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Thanks, Laura. Thanks, Nick, again. You too. Bye, guys.
Bye.